Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dr. Anna, and I make faith based content for those looking to increase their faith in their walk with the Lord. So, today I want to talk about 3 reasons why you should start a YouTube channel. Now, this is my third video that I've made for my YouTube channel, and I kind of shared this on my last video and a little bit in my first video, but this is something that I've always wanted to do, not so much as a career, but just something that I wanted to dive into. I'm very creative and I knew it was something that could be done, but I always took my time actually taking the first step, right? It's so easy for us to give reasons why we can't do it, or, oh, I don't know how I'm going to look, or you become comparative to other channels that you've watched, especially if you have a certain niche that you want to be in. And the comparison can really cause you to be stagnant and be paralyzed in how you choose to go forward in starting your own YouTube channel and really experiencing all the great things that come with that. So, one thing on this channel that I always want to make sure that I mention as a baseline is our faith in God and how important that is. And so, whenever we are allowing anything in our lives to slow us down, to take us away from the things that we know we want to do, to take us away from the things that we have desired for a long time, we know that is an attack of the enemy. And so, one of many ways that we can fight that attack of the enemy is to make sure that we're trusting God and being obedient to God and taking the action steps towards what He has placed in our hearts and our minds to align with His word and to align with His will for our lives, because God wants nothing but the best for us. So, the first reason you want to start a YouTube channel is because you have experiences that people need to hear. Bottom line, you have experiences that people need to hear. Your story is an inspiration to people, and you may not even know it. You may have never shared your story, or maybe just a few people that are close to you, maybe family, good friends, may know your story, but for you to voice your story and inspire others, you never know the impact that your experiences that God has taken you through in your life and has brought you through, or things that maybe you're currently experiencing that you haven't been brought through yet, but know your promised land is coming when you are obedient and trusting in the Lord, okay? Those experiences, past and present, can be an inspiration to others when you share your story, right? So, the YouTube platform gives you the opportunity to inspire people with your story in a way that is impactful to their everyday lives and everyday living. For those of you who don't know, my background is in social services. So I'm used to serving and working and helping the community, helping those who are in need, and helping God's people. We're all God's children. And so that is a true passion of mine. But even if you're not working in a service industry, but it's something you've always wanted to do and you don't know how to break into a service industry that is supporting people in their everyday lives and helping them get through to the next step because they're hearing your story, right? You have the opportunity to be of service to those that are looking for what you have to offer, meaning what you have to share to encourage them and inspire them to get to the next level. So, for example, I had someone very close to me point out to me some years back that, hey, Anna, you need to share your story. And when she first said it to me, I did not know what she meant by you need to share your story. Like, I knew I had gone through some things in life, but to know that there was a story there that could inspire others, I didn't know. And so she started asking me questions to pull out of me what she was trying to convey and get me to realize. And one of those things was my own journey in school, my own educational and academic journey. So, for example, in my academic journey, now I am Dr. Anna, but before Dr. Anna was Anna with no academic papers. So, part of my academic journey, when I was 17, I dropped out of high school and I got a GED. I felt like the world was crashing down on me. I felt like all my friends were going to finish school, graduate high school, and what happened to me? Like, of all people, I come from a good family. I come from hardworking people. I come from an educated family. So why me of all people? So I took that really hard. But after dropping out of high school at 17, getting a GED, I started community college early at the age of 17. That community college was in person, and that setup at that time just did not work for me and my educational needs and what I was needing in a classroom, what I needed for my type of learning, and what best fit me. And so I ended up dropping out of community college. But after dropping out of community college, I enrolled in college online and I got my associates. After that, I got my bachelor's. Now, it took 6 years because life was going on. Life was life, and y'all. Like, I became a mom, then I became a single mom. Life was life at that time. So, from entering into the associate's program to the time I graduated with that, it took me 6 years. But once I finished that, so many things had evolved in my life that I was able to go into a master's program. And from that master's program, I finished in 2 years and I was able to take 6 months off and I went straight into a doctoral program. And might I add, that doctoral program is at one of the top schools in my state. So I had quite a journey through my entire academic life, right? But I didn't realize how much that can impact and help others. To know that, yeah, it took 6 years to get that bachelor's, but baby, it was worth it. So, y'all, I don't know what it is in your life that you feel like you can share and you are comfortable with sharing, okay? Because this is a platform that you can do what you want to do, long as it's the right thing to do, okay? You can share what you want to share to your own comfort. You're not forced to share anything that you don't want to share, that you're uncomfortable with sharing, that you feel like you may be judged on. You do what you want to do, okay? You do what you want to do and talk about what you want to talk about, as long as you know that you're doing the right thing and that you're helping people and that you're being truthful to your story and being truthful with yourself, which we'll kind of talk about more in the third reason, but that you're being truthful to yourself, okay? Now, one last thing I want to talk about while we're on this particular topic of being an inspiration to others is that you want to be a light. When I thought about making this video, all I could think about was what is it that God says He wants us to be as His people, and that we are a light to others. So, in being a light to others, I had to dive more into the Bible to see what exactly is that light. What did God say that light was supposed to be or supposed to mean for us? Okay. So, let me read it to you. Now, this passage comes from Jesus' Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 5 through 7. And he teaches his disciples and the crowds about the principles of God's kingdom. Now, in this section, Jesus uses the metaphor of light to describe how his followers should live in a way that reflects God's goodness. Now, during the biblical times, light was crucial for guidance, protection, and clarity. So, if you are crucial to guiding someone, helping protect someone in any kind of way because you've shared your story. Now you've inspired them to make better decisions, or you have provided clarity for someone based on your own experiences. Guess what? You have now officially become a light based on the word of the Lord. Okay? To the whole point, the reason you want to start a YouTube channel is so you can be an inspiration to others. Now, the second reason you want to start a YouTube channel is because YouTube, honey, can give you a voice that you did not know that you had. And everybody is different. So clearly, I am an extrovert. However, typically I act like an introvert. Like, I kid you not, I typically act like an introvert. So I like to say that I'm an extroverted introvert, or maybe an introverted extrovert. No, it's an extroverted introvert. Okay. But I always like to say that because I do like to be alone sometimes by myself and unbothered. But there's times that I process so much information that I just have to get it out. And what better way to get it out than to also allow it to help somebody else at the same time, right? But I say all that to say whether you're an introvert or whether you're an extrovert, YouTube will give you a voice that you didn't know you had, in the sense of the way you explain things to people, the way you start to synthesize your own life, the way that you choose to encourage people. The way you talk, the confidence in your voice, the way that you decide to tell your story, the way that you're going to start moving about life, I'm telling you now, is going to be so different because you're going to know that your voice matters even more. And there may be some of you out there that already know that your voice matters. You may be doing something similar to this or be on other platforms sharing your voice and who you are. Some of you may be trainers, so you're speaking all the time, but it's different when your voice is coming from who you are, and it's about you and your experiences that God has taken you through. And I'm not saying that you have to have a faith-based channel, because it doesn't have to be faith-based or directly tied to scripture or God, but something that is just going to help people in general, whether that is in their everyday relationships, in their marriages, their children, on their jobs. It can be faith based if you want it to. So you do have to decide what your niche is going to be, but ultimately, you want to make sure that you are having an impact, but know that the platform is going to give you a new voice, a new walk, a new talk, a new you, because you're going to be internalizing who you are as you do your own videos, as you're scripting out your videos, as you are talking to people about your videos. And this may be someone close to you, because when you first start a channel, honey, keep it to yourself. Don't tell everybody and their mama, okay? Keep it to yourself, because that's going to allow you to grow in a way that doesn't feel pressured. You don't feel like there's a lot of judgment from people that you know. And it allows you just to organically grow in a way that supports you and your growth and your comfort. Sometimes families are very quick, and this is not every family, but families and friends can be quick to disagree with you or say, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't tell anybody that. Girl, I would never. That doesn't mean you would never. And that doesn't mean that you can't. You do what you want to do. Okay. When God puts something on your heart, you do what the Lord tells you to do. Because why? You're being obedient to what God has told you. Okay. You ain't got to take the advice of nobody else. Criticism, constructive criticism, or what they think is advice for anybody who is not wanting to truly support you and to interfere with you being obedient with what God is telling you. Okay. Now, I want to share an example of what I mean when I say that YouTube can give you a voice that you didn't know that you had. And this can also happen on public platforms as well that are in person. So for example, I spoke at a event last year, and it was a group home event. If any of you watched my first and second video, I touched on a business that I once operated that was a group home for children. And so I was invited to do an event to speak on that, to help other aspiring group home owners to open group homes for children. And in that, I talked about the experiences and the psychology and some of the clinical aspects of children that are in foster care that have experienced trauma. And I broke that down to what those traumas can look like and how does that display in a residential setting, so in a group home setting. And when I got done with that, a woman came to me and she was in tears, and she was telling me that her husband grew up in foster care and he had shared many experiences that he had with her. But even with him sharing those experiences with her over time, I don't know how long they'd been married, but sharing those experiences with her, there were still some things that she didn't quite understand. And me talking to that group for about 30 minutes really hit home for her and made her understand some things that she hasn't understood in years. And it was in that moment that she came to me and shared that with me. She was crying. She made me start crying. Y'all, I'm a domino effect crier. Like, I can get really emotional when I see other people getting emotional. I can feel people's emotions. I don't know if y'all are like that, but I can feel people's emotions. And so she started crying. I started crying. But that was the moment I realized I had a voice that I didn't know I had. I know I can get up and talk and speak and do X, Y, and Z and move a crowd, have fun, key high, and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't know the power in my voice. And God gave me the power in my voice. And the power in your voice, God gave you too. Don't underestimate this platform. If you have been thinking about starting a YouTube channel, whether it's for leisure activity or whether you're wanting to actually grow a channel, either way, if you know it's time for you to do it, start. Because I promise you, It will give you a voice that you didn't even know you had. And the third reason why you need to start a YouTube channel is because it is healing. Again, that don't mean you get on here and tell all your business and everything. You do what's comfortable for you. Don't get on here and make this a platform to where it's woe is me. That's not what I'm saying. But this is a platform that you can get on and you can start your healing journey, right? When we share our stories with others, when we're inspiring others, when we're seeing comments from other people, we're seeing the likes, we're seeing how people are engaging in the activity, whether they're liking shorts or it's actual YouTube videos, people are making comments. Y'all, those are the things that are affirmative to say, hey, your healing journey does matter, right? And before you even start a YouTube channel, like right now, if you don't have a YouTube channel or you just started, no matter what it is you're talking about, your healing journey matters now. It mattered before now. It mattered yesterday. It mattered last week. It mattered last year. Your healing journey mattered before you were created in your mother's womb because God knows the plans that He has for you and had for you before you even hit this earth. Okay, let me get back on topic, y'all, before I start, okay? But I say all this because YouTube can really be a platform to help you in your own healing journey, to your own comfort, what it is you want to share, what it is you want to talk about, the way you want to engage with your subscribers, the way you want to engage with those who leave comments. If you have an email address that you allow people to contact you on, the way you engage with people reaching out for additional information or feedback or correspondence. And even that in itself can grow to something different outside of YouTube that still supports you and what you do in your journey and your healing and possibly even financially as well. So, with all of that said, use the YouTube platform as a form of healing for you as well, especially if you are extroverted and you are a talker like me. Y'all, I have been talking too much per my kindergarten teacher. I'm talking about way back in kindergarten, then first grade, second grade, third grade, all the way up through middle school. All my teachers said I talk too much. With that said, whether you are a talker like me or you're not a talker at all, but you are more introverted, it doesn't matter. How you show up and the people that you connect with will be for you, right? It will be for who you are. And the people that are drawn to you are the people that are supposed to be drawn to you. And those that are not, they're not. You're not for everybody and everybody ain't for you, and that's fine. Okay. God put us all here on this earth for different assignments. Okay. Don't expect that everybody in every industry or every niche is going to flock over to be interested in what you're doing. Okay. Because that's not how it works. Everybody has their own gifts and talents that we're sharing on this platform. But know that there is a crowd of people that are designated for you and need to hear your voice and need to be a part of your healing through this screen. Now, I may be repeating myself here, but I just want to drive in the point that, okay, this is your life. This is no one else's life. So when you decide to start a YouTube channel, or whether it's anything else you decide to do in life that you know is because you are hearing and being obedient to the Lord, you don't let nobody stop you from what you know you have to do for you and your life. There are people that are close to you that are genuinely happy for you and they want to see you do well. And there's others that don't. And those can be people that are not close to you or that are close to you. But you have to know when to step away from people's opinions and know when you have to truly be thinking for yourself and doing for yourself and being consistent with that so nobody can tell you anything outside of what you know to be true and factual for you and increase and enhance your life. And if you have children, increase and enhance the life of your children as well. If you're married, you, your husband, your children, and family, okay? Let nobody decide that for you. And if you have a spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend that is not supportive in a healthy way, supportive of you and the things that you know you need to do to be obedient to God, you better talk to the Lord about that and be obedient. Okay, but with all of that said, I want to end with a Bible verse that connects to my third point here, which is using YouTube as a tool for your healing. There will be people in your comments at some point in time. It's inevitable. It's the world that are not going to agree with the things you say. They're not going to agree with how you see things, or they may have opinions on your journey. Again, you're not sharing everything because everything is not to be shared with the world, but they have opinions on what you share in your journey based on what they think that they know, right? And so, or what they don't know, because some people just need to mind their own business and go on to another channel. But, anyways, I digress. However, when it comes to those that are supporting you in your channel now and as you grow, it is so important to focus on what is truly important. So, I want to wrap this up with a Bible verse that focuses on paying attention to what matters and not paying attention to what doesn't matter. In Philippians 4 and 8, the Bible verse reads, "Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things." So, baby, if it is not excellent, here I go talking with my pen. If it is not excellent and it is not praiseworthy, don't think about such things because they're not for you to be worried about. So we should shift our focus to what is good, what is uplifting, what is feeding our souls, and what is in alignment with who we are becoming and the good things that God has for us. So focus on what is good and only what is good. Okay, as a wrap up, 3 reasons why you need to start YouTube today. 1, you have experiences that people need to hear. 2, YouTube can give you a voice that you didn't even know you had. And 3, YouTube can be used as a tool to support your healing journey. I hope this video has helped all of you today. I hope this has been good information to support you in your journey with starting your YouTube channel, with planning your YouTube channel, and with being consistent with your YouTube channel, even if you're only posting 1 or 2 videos a week, but that there's consistency there so you can grow and that it's a part of your routine if that is something that you are truly interested in and want to grow in. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you for viewing. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Love y'all. Bye.